This is Procreate, and I sometimes use Procreate for sketching. And I think you could use Procreate for doing landscape work. So this is a photograph I've taken. You can take the photograph with Procreate. Now I'm going to check the layer. So 2 fingers, tap on the layer, and I can change the opacity. Because I think this would be a great way to get the client to see what your vision is without giving them a whole plan, but really quickly giving them the concept of what you've got in mind. So for example, I'm now going to go to a brand new layer. I'm going to set my color to black, so I'm going to sketch on top. And I'm just going to grab a pen, which I want to use sketching. Now there's a technical pencil. My favorite is the technical pen. So let's say, for example, we're going to put a new gate across here. There's the gate goes from there to there. We're thinking about having a gate with some sort of circle on it. So we're going to make quite a tall gate. We're going to put some big columns on. And we're going to make the driveway come up and come around this way. And the gates really want to be pretty impressive gates. So I'm going to do a gate like this. And it's going to be made out of wood, so we won't see through it. And we can talk to the client about maybe what sort of paving to put in here, whether we put in paving. And this is a drop down area here, so we're going to drop this down. We're going to put some steps in. And this is going to be grass in here. And there's this big tree already in here. The idea is that you can start to get the client to see what you've got in mind before you do any documentation. And so the client can really get an idea for what you're thinking. So we're going to have some ground covers in here. You could, if you want to, change the pen, start coloring it in, start giving the client the idea of the color. We can change the thickness of the pen, color it in pen. If you want to, you can go and grab something like the recent tools here. What have we got? We've got an airbrush with some opacity, and we can start to color that in. So it gives a really good idea or a really good impression for the client about what you're thinking of putting in. If you make a mistake, just undo it. But it gives you the opportunity to talk to the client, to sketch out your ideas, to get confirmation as to what they think is going to be really good. You can then make the pen thicker. Change the pen thickness again. There's the house on the other side. And so on. So to me, this is a really great way of getting the client to see what you've got in mind really quickly, but without you committing too much time. Now, it does require that you practice your sketching so that you're really quick at it. But the idea is not to give the client this, but to go away then. And once you've got the client's ideas and the client's confirmed what they want to do, you can then send them the contract so that they can then commit money to you doing your design work. This should really stop you falling into that trap of doing some work, the client's taking an idea away from you and getting someone else to design it for you. Because if you don't give the client the sketch, you've got what the client wants in mind, they've agreed to it, they can see it, but then they can't take this away and give it to somebody else. And remember, even if they tried, you haven't spent a lot of time with them. Hey, I'm glad you... So there's another idea where you've put a bit more time into it, give a more impression about what you've got in mind for the client. Hey, I hope you really enjoyed watching that. I use Procreate a lot. I do a lot of sketching on it.